So our general understanding, at least at this time, of deer movement is that it's going to be motivated by food until you get to the breeding season. But throughout most of the year, a deer is going to bed where it feels secure. But remember, that's also a time where it's regurgitating food from its last feeding bout and chewing it more and then digesting it. So while it's bedded, that's typically what it's doing. Once all that food is passed through, and it's going to start to get hungry again, and then that's going to motivate that next feeding bout. Those movements are based at sunrise and sunset, and so typically they're going to bed most of the night. Sure, they might get up a little bit, but on the average, they're going to be bedded at night, and on the average, they're going to be bedded during the day. There will be some individual deer that move a little throughout the day. I myself, I've harvested deer from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. many times, but I rarely see as many deer moving during that time period as I'm going to see in the morning, or I'm going to see, later in the afternoon. So that's generally the framework for deer movements outside the rut. And then I guess you could follow up with, sometimes you'll see depressed deer movements because of hunting activity. So if you have a lot of hunting pressure, it's been opening weekend and there's hunters all in the woods for 2, 3, 4 days in a row, you will start to see some differences in terms of how far a deer will move, or what we would call linear movements, or from point A to point B, or from time A to time B. You're not going to see these long distances moved anymore. They're still going to move because they have to, but they might be moving more in cover, and they might be moving less in terms of the distance covered over time. So they still have to move. They have to move to eat, but they might not be exposing themselves in the open and thereby exposing themselves to hunters.